Hello, you're welcome to Gist Arena. All we do is and gist. We discuss topical, trending, and exciting topics, and we have fun while at it. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy each thrilling moment of and gist.
Hi, Doc. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay. How are you doing? Good
I'm
evening.
fine, thank you.
How's your day?
Oh, well, it went well, thank you. And yours?
Needless to say, you already know how my day went. Not so good. I just had a
Oh,
lot of
well,
things to do that
it's
spilled
good.
into the evening. So yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, I feel a lot better.
Oh,
Right now. So yeah, we'll dwell on that.
it's good. It's good. Some days are like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
So good to have you here today. We've missed you a couple of episodes.
Yeah. Um, my table was just really, really full, and I just couldn't see
Yeah.
myself like doing any of that. I just was not available. I
Yeah.
apologize. I'm here now.
Oh, it's
Now
all
that I'm here, Adenike is not here.
right. Okay. I will. I will. One of these days would
We'll
become
be three again,
three
Abby.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Anyways, without further ado,
Yeah.
the matter at hand. So can I just go
Exactly.
ahead to just do like a brief,
Please go ahead.
just recount the myths of the old days. Anyways, the old thing is, this man is coming to social media to say that himself and his longtime girlfriend, who they were apparently not ready for, or no, sorry, it was this guy's friend that came to come and tell us, came to do Agborodun on social media to
Mm,
basically say that his friend, has told him that, this is what is happening. So basically they just realized that this guy rushed into getting married, although himself and his babe have been dating for about 4 years. They were
yeah.
not exactly at that point where they were supposed to be getting married. Also because they were both young, if I remember correctly. I'm not too sure. Please don't take me for
Yeah,
me. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
the guy
yeah.
was
You're
about
right on track.
26. Now I wasn't going to say the
29.
age. I think the guy was about 26 and the girl was 23. Sorry.
Oh, really? 20. Okay. I was even thinking
I'm not
29,
sure
you know.
that's what I'm not too sure. I'm not too
Okay.
sure. So don't hold me to that. So anyways, the guy is about that age, and the girl is about that 23 or so. And
Mm-hmm.
then they got married.
Mm,
Can you hear me?
definitely.
Okay, cool. And then they got married, and as it was like osh osh rush rush. And shortly after they got married, they both relocated to the UK. And so when the guy, told his friends that they were relocating, they were all, happy for him and stuff like that. Their relocation was based on study. It was to the UK. The guy was the main applicant, and his wife was going to be his dependent. Before they left, the arrangement was he was going. I mean, since he only had limited amount of hours to work, obviously his wife had full-time work permit, so she could work, basically all 24 hours. So the agreement was that she was going to be working majorly to sustain them, as well as to she was going to be able to make money for him to also pay his tuition. I think he had already paid only half of his tuition and would need
Mm-hmm.
to pay the remaining half. So he said when they got there, for like the first few couple of months or weeks or so, she would drop money every week and all of that, and they would use it to fend for themselves. And a couple of months after they arrived, he realized that she was talking to this person. Next thing, she's refused to drop money and all of that. And now he's gotten to the stage where he needs to pay up the balance of his tuition. He's in a fix, he doesn't have any money. His friends are like, what do we advise him? What do we
So,
advise the guy to do? So that's
and then
basically the myth of the whole story.
she's also
Yeah.
come up with some, attitude like maybe staying out late or something like that, if I remember, kind of like
Oh, really?
yeah,
I
sure.
didn't even read that bit.
Yeah,
Who
sure
is who
become
is saying out late? The lady or the guy?
yeah, the lady like, doing
Okay, okay,
some
okay.
funny stuff, sure.
Basically,
I
like
mean,
she's literally
coupled
seeing somebody else. Last.
maybe, or we don't know. Coupled with the fact that she stopped dropping,
Money.
money. I think
Like,
she's also acting all shady and everything like that.
pretty rare. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me give my initial comment, and I'll give it from the place of I'm in the education industry, so
Yeah,
things like
exactly.
this are not advanced to me.
Hmm.
Um, in this case, I don't think number one is as bad as people think. I don't think it's as bad as um the friend wants to paint it to us. Number one is
Okay.
the fact that it's not like they just met each other like a couple of weeks
Hmm.
ago and then they got married. They've been in a relationship for 4 years.
For 4 years.
So
Yeah.
obviously they were I would think that their relationship was heading somewhere.
Hmm.
And the fact that they had to get married so that they could both move together is not anything out of the ordinary. Do you
Hmm.
understand? It's not out of the
Yeah.
ordinary. People do it. I mean, they've
And
been in a relationship for 4 years.
they were
I
not even
mean,
too young. I wanted to chip that in, when I mean,
when you're okay, fine.
26,
Hey,
20,
apart from
whatever,
even
not
without the
too
age,
young.
even
Hmm.
even without the age, somebody that already going out with for like 4 years. I mean, I mean, you both are heading somewhere. I would think.
Yeah.
Anyways, if they got now, the fact that they kind of rushed to get married, as the friend kind of pointed out, I personally don't think that old. I don't think it's sort of relevant to what ended up happening.
Okay.
I personally think like that the guy was hell. Well, um he held the shorter end of the stick,
That's great.
unfortunately.
Mm.
Honestly, I think he held the shorter end of the stick, because I'm thinking like by the time people dissect this kind of story now, they will start to draw up
Mm.
lessons like don't do this or don't do that. Though. But the truth is that there are thousands of people who are also in this same situation, going through the same thing, and they are able to sort themselves out. Like the spouse that is not schooling
Mm-hmm.
has been able to go to work and come back, drop money for the one that is in school, and it worked well for them.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I
Mm.
personally think it's just because the lady just decided to be a very nasty and wicked person to the
Person.
guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think could be because if I think of the story, for example, I'm thinking,
Mm.
what lessons would you say you should learn from this one? You should not be nice to someone that you get married to. No, I mean, what do you think? You should not be nice to the person you get married to, or even if you are married and because you are traveling abroad, sleep with one
Yeah.
eye open.
Ah,
You know,
that's the irony of life. You don't even know. I mean, you can't because this person did this person did that, then you don't do what you need to do or what is necessary for you to do at any point in time. Um, you just believe and hope that the person you are doing life's journey with is not cold heart cold hearted, or is not nasty or something like that. That's just it. Because I'm wondering what went wrong. I was even when I saw the person, I was like, okay, maybe we need a background, story to what actually happened between them when they got there. I mean, what went wrong that she now, started misbehaving. But on the surface level, taking it just by what the friend said, I honestly feel for the guy, and I hope he's able to find his feet, as quickly as possible. Because, I
maybe
mean,
maybe she felt like the grass was greener on another side. So I mean, she felt like she could enter into another situationship or relationship, with the
but
other guy.
why? That's the thing. Why you've been with this
Of
person
course,
for
that's
four
the
years?
that's the
What?
bit that is not fair. That's the bit that's not fair, unfortunately.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that's the bit that. I mean, if we, I'm thinking people that some people might be in this situation, whether we like it or not. For those that are in this situation, my advice to you will be to
Mm,
first review the payment plan your institution has. See if you can enter
okay.
enter into another installment plan and see how you can restructure it so that
Hmm.
it's going to I mean, just see what's obtainable. Now,
Yeah.
of course, if your school is not in session, you can work.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice to you is to work to don't drop dead, but work
Yeah,
small.
yeah,
May you almost reach that part. Because you can work
yeah,
without restrictions on holidays. So I mean, I'm just being realistic in this instance now, you know.
yeah, you're right. Because I mean, just look at it like, I mean, what if the partner was not there? What if he went alone? At least he would find a way to sustain himself, isn't it? So let
That's
him just,
no no, but in that instance, you know that from the onset he would have probably drawn out his plan. If he had to get
exactly.
money before he even moved, he would have done it. I feel like of course it's not fair that he's going to have
Yeah,
to
that's,
re-strategize
I
mid
know, I understand. I'm just saying that at that point, when he has now gotten into that situation, I mean, I'm saying that he could also look at it from that angle that, well, if I was the only one here, I wouldn't, probably solely depend on what my partner is bringing. So now that my partner is misbehaving, let me face, the business that pays me. I mean, find ways to sustain,
what do you
myself
think
and
what do
then
you think
deal with
about
that situation, one
yeah,
way or the other.
what do you think about him reevaluating the relationship he's in? So would you think that he should start to ask himself, am I married or am I just living with a stranger? Would you say, well, what do you think? Because
Why
I have what I think.
why would you not reevaluate? I would reevaluate, of course, because I mean, come on. I just asked the question now. What went wrong? I'm really interested in knowing. I mean, you're married. This is your husband, for crying out loud. And there is that understanding that while he's schooling, you would probably be the one that's mostly financially responsible, for the upkeep of the home. I mean, that's the understanding because he can't work more than 20 hours per week, according to the post, and you have the opportunity to work, full time. So naturally, you're the one that will, for that time, take care of the finances. And according to that post, if I remember, maybe the idea was for him to go, I mean, yeah, of course, he came to school, and then when he's done, she can now go to school or something like that. So when the tables are turned, then he would, of course, be the one, more financially responsible while she's schooling. So what went wrong? Why would she go back on the agreement? Or I mean, why would she treat him like that? I'm really interested in knowing what went wrong. But even at whatever it is, that was just callous. So yes, if I was in the guy's shoes, of course, now. I will
The
reevaluate.
thing that
I mean,
the
really
thing
think
that will
about
make me
it. Really think
the
twice.
thing that will make me sit down and draw a plan to now pay everything by myself. Oh, my bill said we done the edge for divorce with that. Let
Like,
me just be honest.
to me, that was what I mean, when I saw the post, that was the comment I first dropped. I said, I hope that the guy, finds his feet and, he can serve a quit notice so that, everybody can just go on their own and start fine. But then they would say, maybe Otunti deal.
They will say
But
what? They will say what? The day that I say you should contribute money for his school fees. I beg, I beg.
But I mean, I'm not about to start rationalizing. I mean, those kinds of stuff. Like, come on, that's just, well,
The
that's
stop
just
has already started. Even if you don't want to start it, the stop has already started. The
yeah. I
thing
mean, the
that
guy
mean
is just
that
going to be so
uh,
disappointed.
based on agreement, and you know that this person is basically at your mercy. Like it's not like it's in Nigeria. Like can just
Yeah,
go
it's like
over
a
the
message.
knock on the neighbor's door and say hello, please
Mhm.
give me Gary or whatever.
I
You
feel,
literally know that this person is banking on the agreement that you guys have both made, and you're not renegrading on it. And no, hold on now. Yeah, well, all
just
right.
just do I'm dirty. And this is just the reason why, people would, I mean, now start saying, oh, Iniko, don't do this. But I think, one of the comments I saw someone, made a prayer that God should just let us, I mean, find ourselves with persons that actually, you know, really do love us and have our interest at heart, because that's just the thing
Yeah.
else.
You know
This
something
thing, yeah.
funny? You know
Mm,
something funny? What I see a lot of is a lot of men applicants during visa, I mean study applications,
mhm,
being the wife,
mhm,
because I mean I've had the opportunity to speak with a number of guys, and
mhm,
they are scared that the kind of thing that happened to them here is going to happen to
mhm.
them
That's
there,
the thing.
because there's also that thing of the man being the provider of the family, and they just
Yeah.
feel like if they are the ones studying and cannot
Mm,
bring in a lot of money, and then the wife starts making money, they
money.
usually feel like the wife would then be the, I mean, she'll start to lord it over them, and
Yeah,
that
you know, that
their marriage might not
that
survive.
belief
Yeah,
that belief has always been there. That, I mean, women, I believe it's
yeah,
stereotypical anyway. But then, I mean, when you now
yeah,
hear
it
them
is
this kind of stories, it's just as if it's, kind of like lending credence to those kind of stereotypes. There's that
to them.
stereotype already that when
Yeah.
a woman is making more than the husband, she is going to misbehave or something like that. And these daughters of Eve will now be lending, I mean, credence to that with their behaviors.
To that narrative. Yeah,
That's sad.
I see a lot of people. I see a lot of situations where is the female spouse that is now
Mm,
the one going to study, and then the male will then be the
yeah.
one that will be independent, just so that he is going to be the one to work. And it's so
Hmm.
interesting. I can't fault them. I don't know. It's just interesting. I don't want to fault them, because
No,
then
you can't
you
put
hear of
anybody for
stories.
wanting to bring their
You hear
partners along.
of stories
Mm.
like this, and then you're like, okay, everybody, do you.
Ah, true.
Do what makes you feel. Do what makes you sleep well at night.
Not so. Not
Okay.
so, All
Yeah.
right. Okay, so do you have any other thing to say about this story?
I think my advice generally is coming from more of a professional viewpoint. I beg,
Mm,
pay
oh,
as much tuition as you can pay from your country.
mm,
I beg, please
okay,
don't. I
okay.
mean,
Yeah, so that you don't get there and get stranded. Hmm. That makes sense.
just in
That
case, because if now money to feed you, they find that one now. Yeah, you even still get head and tail small. But just
you know
in case of in case, what if
the,
you get there and you don't find a job? Because
hmm,
the idea that you're gonna, I mean, people still go with the idea that they're going to pack money on the road, on the street, and all of that. Well, just if in case something does go wrong, in case you can't get that job, in case you don't get it early
yeah.
enough,
So
just so that you're not stranded.
the
Yeah,
moral of the story basically is when you're making plans, think of all kinds of
contingency plans, all
contingencies.
kind.
Yeah.
Yes,
Huh.
yes, that's the thing. Contingency plans, make them do plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Even when you sit down and do your plans with your family, I mean,
Mm,
let each spouse also do their own contingency plan. What
mm,
happened? I mean, I've heard of situations where, like, the way, like, the two of them are going now, and I mean, the two of them have gone, and then there was what that's supposed to work. I've heard of situations where the wife then got pregnant, and the wife
and
had a
putting it up,
very she had
uh,
a problematic
pregnancy.
pregnancy, or what, I mean, and then obviously she probably cannot work. What do you do in
Mm-hmm.
that situation?
Aha, wow.
What do
You
you
have
do?
to,
So you're thinking of welcoming a
to
child
think of
that the
every
cost is not even the cost is not smiling, and then
hey,
the other
Jesus.
leaves, the guy now has obviously
Hmm,
study expenses as well, and they still have to maintain their living space as well and still feed,
ah,
and you have this woman here that I
almost
mean, just
choco.
make plans. Make plans. Back up your backup. That kind of thing.
Oh
You
shit,
know.
back up your
Ah,
back up. Hey,
anything fit happen. No, which oh, she. Things they share like they occur. Now, no, no.
hmm,
Now, no, 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 no. Mm.
good, good,
But
good
in this
airport.
situation, it'd be nice to hear from the. It'd be nice to hear from the woman what went wrong.
I'm really
Because
interested. Like, I just
she
want to
didn't.
know, like, something. What went wrong? Because It doesn't make sense, honestly, but it is what it
Do you know
is.
something? Do you know something? Do you know something that I've also heard as well? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this is not specifically for this situation, but I mean, I've also seen situations where from maybe like from Nigeria here, the
Mm-hmm.
guy be doing the ladies dirty, like she that just, and then the woman is just there, like, let me just
Holding on. Hey,
endure. Eating back across the by.
I say, let my
Just
hand
say
just
me back
reach.
on the UK like this.
Let the
I
hand
will
just
swear.
touch this
Yeah,
one like
I've seen a
this.
couple of situations like that, and then once their leg is has touched the
Yeah.
ground, that is
Mm,
flowing with milk and honey like this, they will say, "Shebi, you are showing me over there. Me
I'm
say we
not
can't
sure.
show you." I've seen a bit
Like
situations
that.
like that. What do you think? What do you think about that briefly?
Ah, I don't know.
Are they are they justified to do that? Are they justified to do that?
I honestly, well, that's the thing with me. I feel like in any kind of relationship, someone is treating you the way you don't like. Why? I mean, I don't know about revenge or something. Like I'm waiting, to also, show the person Pepe and everything like that. I'm like, right now, let's.
Well, I mean, what in a situation where the guy is obviously being selfish, thinking of himself alone, not considering the fact that he's in a relationship with someone else, and the woman says, let me to be selfish to myself, and being selfish to myself is ensuring that I am actually able to travel to that abroad that you're going. We are going to go together, but I'm going to leave you alone. Does that make it right?
Wait, like when we get there, I'll not leave you.
Yeah, I'm saying that, obviously the fact that the guy is doing her dirty over
Mm-hmm.
here,
Okay.
and she's just there helpless taking shit, and she said
Mm,
to herself, obviously the reason why this person is able to do this is because he's just thinking of himself alone. He's
mm-hmm,
not regarding me.
mm.
I also want to do that to myself as well. I want to be selfish. I want to ensure
Uh,
that good thing I will get. So
I don't
that travel, we're gonna travel together.
honestly, I don't have any problem with people choosing themselves. I think that's always been, um my advocacy. Like, love yourself, choose yourself. Of course, carry others along and everything like that. So if someone is doing you dirty, and you choose at some point in time that, okay, now I want to focus on myself. I'm not going to subject myself to whatever it is, this nasty thing that you're doing to me. Oh, by all means, carry on. I'm not going to rain on anyone's parade, for doing whatever they need to do, to now be, kind of like selfish towards themselves and get themselves to
Yeah.
the place where they want to be. Why? I mean, look, no, now you have to think about yourself. So I choose myself.
Last,
Like,
last.
if you want to,
Hammer
I mean,
is
do
a.
ahead. Do let's do
I was going to say
let each
hammer.
is a female
ITCH.
dog. It's a female
Is it
dog. Let
ITCH?
the best thing is for both parties to be considerate towards each other at all times. Once one person is, not doing that, if the other person now decides that, okay, now I want to also now focus on myself and I will not be considerate towards you because you've not been considerate towards me. Omo, do me, I do you. God no go vex. So I mean,
Yes. God no go vex. God no go vex.
that's
Anyway,
so.
I know that we can continue to concord and concord and concord. I think we can draw a
Yeah.
close here.
Okay.
We can draw it
Yeah,
to a
let's.
close.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice chatting with you.
Nice chatting with you as well. Nice chatting with
All
you as
right.
well. Enjoy the
Okay.
rest of your night.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Arena. We hope you enjoyed the topic discussed. Please drop your comments and let us know what you think about it. We'll definitely love to hear from you. Until next time, bye!